I'm here with Frank now. Normally, not normally, but sometimes when I do these interviews with Frank, he's normally sniffing the air and saying he can't do that today because we've dropped points at home. Very disappointing. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2. Frank, you do look a bit dejected, if I may say so myself. Your thoughts on the game?
It's a really weird one. Obviously, extremely disappointed about the result, but I don't quite know how we got to that point because you was here with me. You was watching the game as well. First 45 minutes, I thought we played all right. We got into the second half. 15 minutes into the second half, we're still playing pretty well. We go 2-0 up, and then out of nowhere, something just changes. We start giving Aston Villa the opportunities. They get one back through. I can't remember who scored the first goal. Was it Tielemans or what? So Tielemans scores the first goal. Within minutes, then Ollie Watkins equaliser, and I don't quite know how we got to that point.
I think it was an 8-minute period between Tielemans' first goal, Ollie Watkins' second goal. Which Ollie Watkins, that was a very good finish. Got to give him credit for that. But even so, very disappointing when you consider we're 2-0 up, and we, looking good, and obviously we needed the win. So it feels almost like a loss today, right?
No, absolutely. And the way I look at it is it's one step forward with the North London derby result, and it's 2 steps back today. The whole point, we was in shit form going into the North London derby. We got the win, and we all thought, okay, this might be the start of us pushing on and getting some more results. And then that immediately is blown out of the water today, and it renders the North London derby result pointless at this point because once again Liverpool have pulled it out of the bag. We was all watching before the game, it was going into the 90th minute and they really needed to pull something out of the bag, and what did they do? Like I think I can't remember who said it, but they go and bring on an 80 million pound player. Whether you think he's worth the 80 million pounds or not, they've still got that option, and he goes and wins them game with 2 late goals, and we don't have anyone on our bench that can come on and do that. And I think it just speaks volumes to the last couple of transfer windows that we've had. 18 days into the transfer window, we've had these links about, it looks likely that Zubimendi's coming in. Great. Where's my striker? It's very clear that we need the striker, and whether you're happy with Havertz or not, you need that deadly striker if you're going to even think about winning a league, and we simply don't have that.
Well, yeah, I hear that, but if you think about it, it'd be logical. We were 2-0 up today. Havertz scored one of those goals.
But
can you really put today's down to striker?
No,
I would
not
argue
necessarily,
not.
But my point is, let's be honest. I think it's great that he scored the goal, but we was given a helping hand today by Emi Martinez with both goals.
No, but okay, even if we allow that to be true, right, which I think is a little bit of an oversimplification, but anyway, I'm not sure if you can blame the strikers today because you're 2-0 up, you're at home, you're chasing the title, you're in a good position, and then you go and concede 2 goals in 8 minutes.
I'm not putting it just down to the striker, Laurie, but I think you can agree while he scored the goal, there was definitely opportunities in the game that he had that, a more lethal striker puts away, and Isak puts it away, a Gyökeres puts it away, Havertz doesn't put those away, and it's not, like I said, it's not just him. Defensively all season, we've looked pretty solid. Today, defensively, I don't know what happened. Obviously, I know there was a lot of changes at the back. Partey definitely should have been playing right back. Obviously, ideally, I'd like to see Yuri and Timber out on the right, but there was injuries. We had to make do with what we had, and it didn't work out today, and it's just really unfortunate, Laurie.
It is. So where do we go from here then? I mean, today was very disappointing. Just speaking to people after the game, they seem to be saying that's it. Although people have been saying that now for a few weeks, and it is not it. I mean, statistically and mathematically, we're still in it. But how big of a blow was this today?
You know how positive I like to be, Laurie. I come on here every week and say, there's still hope. There's still hope. I still think we're in with a chance of, challenging for the Premier League at this point. After today, and I've said it in previous interviews, I've always thought the margin was thin after we, lost some games that we shouldn't have lost, drawn some games that we shouldn't have drawn. I'm struggling to see how we can continue to mount a challenge from this point because we went through a situation where teams all around us were dropping points. We didn't capitalise. We're now in a situation where Liverpool have, put more points on the board, and again, we couldn't respond back with the result that we needed to get today. So I think, obviously with the benefit of a game in hand that Liverpool have, let's just say they're going to win that. What are we, 9 points behind again? It's, as much as I want to say we're still in the title race, it just doesn't look like it's going to be achievable this season, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand your frustrations and why you would be feeling that way. But, as we said, and we keep saying, mathematically, statistically, it's not all done yet. What do you think? I mean, apart from the obvious, which is to bring in players, is there anything else you're seeing that you're not happy with? How do you think the manager's conducting himself at this time?
It's so hard. And like again, it goes back to, like a mentality thing potentially, being 2-0 up, not managing to hold on to a 2-0 lead. And I get what you say sometimes about 2-0 being a dangerous score. But when you're at the 60th minute and you're still winning 2-0, you should absolutely be winning the game from there. And I think it goes back to, we're talking about a long time ago now, 6 or 7 years maybe, but it goes back to even what Troy Deeney said, a team that lacks balls potentially in situations when the times are hard. They're not rising to the occasion, and it certainly seems to be the case this season when we need to get points, and we're just simply not getting those points to answer back to Liverpool.
Moving forward, Champions League game during the week, and we go away to Wolves next weekend. Are you confident that the team can get a couple of good results then?
Oh, it's not a case of do I think, it's a case of I think we need to. There's no option at the moment. If we're even going to think about winning anything this season, it needs to be wins, and potentially, obviously, we're not going to win every game from this point to the end of the season. As much as I'd like that, of course, it's not going to happen. We need to pick up as many points as we possibly can. I think it's Zagreb on the midweek that should be 3 points, absolutely. And I think if we get the 3 points there, that gets us through to the knockout stages. And Wolves, they've struggled this season. They've got a new manager and they've looked a lot better under that new manager. But this is Arsenal FC. We shouldn't be struggling against a team like Wolves, even if it is away from home. We need points. We need 3 points, and we need points now.
Okay, Frank, thanks very much.